How's the movie with Bette coming along?
We're done, thank God. It was a fun shoot, but it was 5 months. It was very long, so.
You back up sing with her, you said, or something?
Well, no, we play 3 witch sisters. I star with her.
You guys sing or something?
Yeah, there's a musical number, and you know, Bette Midler's one of my idols, so I grew up sort of wanting to be a harlot, and I got my 3-minute chance, so it was really exciting. But we wrapped last Friday. Yeah.
What's it called?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, but the real magic here is in the special effects.
Hello, you.
Among the cauldron of images conjured by the Disney Effects crew was Binks the Talking Cat. Crossing computer know-how with the real thing, the effect is the talk of the picture.
Nice going, Max. You can talk.
Into the night.
But the most fun was reserved for the movie's flying sequences.
It was very, very hard because, you know, you had to hold on to that broom and make all these gestures and carry on and act at the same time. It was really tough. But I stuck to it, and the crew really loved me for not making a double do it. And I would do it again.
I was thrilled to be in that harness flying. It was great. It was the gravy. They saved it. They were smart. They saved the flying till the very last couple of weeks of shooting. And so it was sort of like the gravy. It's like, if you can get through this picture, this is your reward. It was great fun. I mean, there were obviously, the elements were there, so it was sort of up to us to, you know. The thing that was most fun and most sort of creatively satisfying was that there was very little about our characters beyond descriptions of what they do in the context of the script. So we really got to, and me especially for the first time, I had a chance to really create a character, which meant like a voice and finding physical stuff and you know, learning to fly, and we all had our own separate and individual ways of flying, and our takeoffs were very different and unique, and it was great. And my theory is that she is the most fundamentally evil of all of them, because she is so not bright, so not calculating, that it is her innate nature to be evil. And my older sisters, it's a learned thing. It's like, you know, learning to like liver. You know, they have like learned this evil, and I have just picked it up, you know, as part of my environment. And so I wanted her to be truly evil in the most uncalculating way and still somehow be seductive. You know, you work on something, we were about 6 months shooting this movie, so you know, you expect to see her face like endlessly on the screen, and naturally that doesn't happen anyway. I mean, there's always editing. But this was, they made a choice in editing which, you know, philosophically and from a business point of view, I totally understand and in fact support. But it's at first shocking when you see a movie and you're not in it as much. But I'm really very pleased with the movie and
Why did you choose Hocus Pocus as something you wanted to do, which is the story of 3 witches in Salem who died 300 years ago,
Yes.
you know, and then they have an opportunity to come back because a virgin does something.
the Virgin lights a candle.
Lights a candle, right?
You know that old story.
Yeah, sorry. And then that's right. And then, so they have what until sunup, and
They have
in order
until sunup to wreak havoc, basically, and their lifeblood.
Go ahead.
No way.
No, you go ahead. Tell me the story.
Well, their lifeblood is how they live is they suck the life out of small children. This is a movie aimed at young people.
This is a Disney production.
It's truly a Disney production. Walt Disney Presents. That's just the first 5 minutes. Anyway, so they have 24 hours in which to become young again. This is really important to them. They're rather vain and they're also pretty clever. And so basically the movie is a sort of, you know, fish out of water, 1993 as opposed to 1693, wreaking havoc on the beautiful
But
town
the hook
of Salem.
is it's Halloween.
The hook is it's Halloween, and we, of course, have no understanding of why these little things are dressed, you know, in weird costume, and what is candy, and what is this sort of ranting and raving, and what's the toilet paper doing
And
in
why are they
trees.
resistant to your blandishments?
Of course, and why are they resistant to me, more importantly.
Here's a clip. Roll tape.
I smell children. Sick 'em. It's a little girl. 7, maybe 8.5.
Oh, let us play with her. Come, little children, I'll take thee away. In. Come out, my dear. We will not harm thee. We love children.
I thought thou'd never come, sisters.
Greetings, little one.
'Twas I who brought you back.
Imagine. Such a pretty little child. Look at her. And she's so well fed, isn't she? Shishka baby.
So now,
Heavily in that clip.
I know.
Not at all.
Not at all. Why? I assume part of the motivation, knowing you way back when you were doing Annie, did you took singing lessons from the same person that Bette Midler?
I did. I took from this really marvelous singing teacher named Marge Livingston, and she was teaching. Bette at the time was singing. She was on Broadway in The Divine Miss M, and she was taking singing lessons, and I was doing Annie at the time on Broadway, and I would get to my voice classes early on purpose. And ding dong, as opposed to being patient and polite and waiting outside in the corridor, I'd go in and I'd sit in the kitchen, and she, in fact, was singing Italian vocal warm-ups. This is like Bette Midler, who's known for being this great sort of rock and roll.
Right.
And she would be singing Vocai, which is Italian vocal warm-ups. And so basically I just, everything that she sang sounded like I tried to do, and never spoke to her, never uttered a word. In fact, I'm not certain that I even told her this story.
Oh, even now you haven't told this story?
I don't think I did. I mean, there are so many stories, endless stories that I had about her, so.
And then you get to work with her as one of the three witches.
Yes.
And what was it like for, what did you learn from her, and how was it to work with her? And
well, it's sort of that pat answer, but it's the truth, is that she's
wonderful.
She's wonderful and marvelous, and we all know she's brilliantly talented. But beyond that, what I've found to be so wonderful about her is she is incredibly gracious, and she is on time. She's a big, huge movie star. She's on time every day. She comes back after lunch. She knows her lines. She is incredibly respectful of every department. She is a hard, committed worker. She's an incredibly doting mother, loving wife, committed businesswoman. She's just sort of this terrifically...
But does she know of this adulation you have for her?
I think she got an inkling of it by the end, but at first I was literally so afraid of her that I didn't speak for like the first 3 weeks, which is, as you can see, fine,
That's fine.
given my role.
We have no clips of you.
Right. But I think she had an understanding of how much I admired her, and it was very nice. I really, truly enjoyed working with her.
What was the...
Talk about the Witch movie.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think you guys, a lot of fans of that, right? Okay, all right. Now, how again, for the first movie, how did that become a blip on your radar? When did you first hear about, Disney, we're doing this thing, and
That was by that time I had done some work, and so that was an offer. But it was incredible for me, because of I had been this crazy fan of Bette Midler, and, been dragged off from backstage after I ran back to meet her screaming like a crazy fan, and showed up at her apartment in New York and tried to get, some lady answered the door. I was like, I have a delivery for Bette Midler. And she said, no, you're lying. And I said, yeah, you're right. So I wanted to meet her.
Package for Bathhouse Betty.
Yeah, exactly. So to get a call, saying, do you want to be in a movie called Hocus Pocus playing Bette Midler's sister was just unbelievable.
So it was a straight offer, no audition or anything like that.
No,
Oh, great.
not for that one, yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. Movie came out, and despite the huge fandom and the audience that it developed, it kind of came and went in its first run.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it came out at the theaters, at the movie theaters, and people went, and not a lot of people went. It was sort of the transition between when movies were coming to TV and you can just stay home and enjoy them there.
And it came out at a weird time, too. It was like late summer. So it was a Halloween movie, but it wasn't really quite in Halloween season.
Right.
And a lot of people forget this, too. It was definitely overshadowed by Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, was that it?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
because Nightmare Christmas was in the pipeline as well, too.
Where's your phone? I'm going to call Bette and tell her that's the reason.
Okay, yeah. And as I understand it too, I think Disney was a little soft on it.
They were?
Yeah, I think that's what I've heard from the other scuttlebutt stuff. But the whole thing is that
look at us now.
Yeah, well, when it got dropped on VHS, that's when it found the audience. And like that and Princess Bride, and there are several films from the late 80s, early 90s that were in that same position where it was not a failure. It was in the black, but it found its audience later. So when did you begin to realize that it came and went, and then when did you realize it never fully went away? When did you realize that it found its audience?
Well, I mean, the great thing about theater and film is that, and TV even, is that you do it, and then sometimes, like I said, it's months or years before it even comes out. So you're on to the next thing and the next thing. So it wasn't like we were worried about it, or, you know, our lives were like we wanted to kill ourselves or anything. It was just that, oh, that one hit and that one didn't, and now I'm on to the next. But yeah, it's when it came, is it when it came to TV that it...
Believe it, I think VHS was what really kind of solidified it, because they would buy it, and it was like something that kids of that age would just watch every other day.
Right,
so.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny because you can think that you can figure out the formula, and you can't. You just do it, and you go on to the next, and you see what happens. And this, we really, you know, all three of us never really could ever imagine that it would have the long life and the impact that it had. It's a joy. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's just also a puzzle.
Yeah, and that's why I always ask the question like that, as opposed to, did you always know it was going to be a success when you made it? And you're like your castmates, the way I have here on the show, always first will say, like, it wasn't a success when we made it. It was afterwards when it landed. Everyone's too. But its legacy lived on. So. And I know for over a decade there have been the rumblings of getting the band back together, doing a sequel. So when did that blip on your radar? When did you finally get the official contact of, for the second one? Okay, we're really doing it this time.
Well, I mean, it was different this time because instead of them saying, you know, you're doing it, we had a say in it. We got to say, like, you know, these months aren't good, but this month is good, and like that. And so that was lovely. And wait, Danny, how long ago did they call about Hocus Pocus? It was about 8 months before we started filming. And
that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was great to get back together and, you know, to work with those kids. Those kids are genius. We didn't get them as much as we wanted in the first one, so that was really great.